Love you.
Okay.
What's up, you dirty, nerdy, dead nerds? CJ, Hallie. It's the two of us. Just the two. We can make it if we want. Alright, so we're back. And better than ever. Or more tired than ever, at least.
Yeah, we're so tired.
We have done another episode of Haunting of Bly Manor.
Yeah.
This is episode 8. I believe there's only one left after this. This episode was not my favorite at all. But I'll get into that shortly. Baby, what did you think of today's episode?
Not my favorite, but essential. That explains why Bly Manor is the way it is. This purgatory hell that people are stuck in when they die there.
Yes, but essential.
I think they could have cut it in half and then, gone on, but
essential.
I think it highlighted the importance of the Lady of the Lake.
Yes, so this episode was all about our new friend, the Lady of the Lake. The lady that has killed Peter, and the lady that has killed everyone except for Hannah and Rebecca of Bly Manor.
Anyone who gets in her way.
Yep.
She doesn't really...
Every single person that gets in this lady's way, she murders. Dead. Priest, doctor, small child, it don't matter.
She didn't murder the small child.
She drowned the kid.
Okay, well, she didn't choke him like she does other people.
She didn't break his neck like she does everyone else. She drowned the child. She murdered a child. That's what she did.
Had a rough life.
She had a rich lady's life for the 1600s.
Angry. Her rage.
None of this is acceptable. None of what happened, not her vengeance, none of it is acceptable. Not even murdering her sister.
No. Well, she can't escape it now. This is
yeah. Her eternity.
That's eternity.
I understand.
What is she being punished for?
What do you mean? She's not being punished for anything. She chose this.
Oh, this is true.
She's not being punished for nothing. She's punishing other people for no reason. She's terrible. She's as terrible as Peter. It's garbage. She's a garbage human. She was an okay person and then became a garbage person towards the end of her life. Screw that lady.
Oh, her sister killed her.
I really disliked this episode. As someone who really likes writing and stories, I disliked this episode immensely. I think it was useless. And it all could have been summed up really quickly. We didn't need this luxurious backstory.
I thought they were going to sum it up quickly when it began, but I was like, oh, it's the whole episode.
It's the whole episode. We didn't need this whole excruciating long story of this lady's life and how tragic it was. And oh my God, this poor rich lady. Yes, we understand life was hard for people in the 1600s. She was rich, so it was less hard than for other people. I don't care about you marrying your cousin. I don't care about you having a kid with your cousin. I don't care about any of it. I don't care. I don't. There's a lady haunting the lake. She's the reason that the manor's that way. Get it? Got it.
She doesn't
move on the story.
The lake. She haunts that whole damn place.
Yeah, the property. She haunts the property. It's dumb. It's dumb in my opinion. It was a useless episode. It's just there to make you feel something for this antagonist. I don't even know if I'd call her that. It was dumb. I didn't like it. I didn't like this episode at all.
I didn't dislike it that much.
I really disliked it.
I think you just want to notice Danny die, which she has to die.
I want the act, if you're telling me a story, don't tell me a separate story and be like, oh, this has to do with this first story. It doesn't have to do with the first story.
She slept, she woke, she walked.
Yeah, that's literally the whole.
She walked. That's the whole get up. She sleeps, she wakes up, she walks.
It's at least an eighth of the entire episode. That repeating line. Like, it's annoying as hell. And it, like, that, I don't care if she's the lady of the lake, that story does not have anything to do with our main story. Our main story.
She's about to kill Danny, so.
Who cares about her life, though?
Maybe it's just, maybe the ending is that.
You know where that's good? You know where that's useful?
Eternity finally ends.
That's useful in a book that has 30 freaking chapters, and that's only one chapter. That's the only place that is useful. Not a 9-episode TV series. We don't need a whole episode dedicated to this lady. Hey, this lady haunts the lake. She has unfulfilled things, and she'll never be able to fill them. The end. Like, could have made it 10 minutes long.
She doesn't even remember why she's doing this.
Yeah, she's forgotten. She's the forgotten, and everyone else there is the forgotten, and that's why their face fades.
Wonder where the plague got.
And no one gets to move on to the afterlife because this lady is just that big of a bitch. Like, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's a dumb explanation. It's dumb that only their face fades. It's a dumb reason for only their face to be fading and not the rest of them.
Memories.
I get it.
It's all about the memories.
Yes, but only their face. Their whole body should fade. They should just disappear and become nothing. But no, they're still walking around with everything but a face. It's dumb.
Creepy.
It's stupid. They put way too much effort into this one episode that was useless. You can watch this entire series, skip this episode, and get the same result. If not a better result, it's probably scarier without this episode because now you're just like, oh, this bitch. Like, oh, she's killing people. Imagine watching the whole series without this episode in it. You would not care at all.
I didn't just like it that way.
You would not care, though. Would you have cared if this wasn't told to you? If this story wasn't told to you?
Dumb episodes and TV shows.
Yes, but this is only a 9-episode TV show. This isn't some like full season TV show. This isn't, a show that's been on for 10 years. This is a 9-episode TV show, and that's it. That's the end of it. There's not going to be a season 2. They might make a different haunting because, like, this is the second haunting, but it's not the same show. It's dumb. It's super dumb.
Okay, we get it. You're mad.
I'm not mad. I just think it's dumb. It was pointless and useless. You could have more writing and more story. That's what I meant. This episode. But yeah, she had a terrible life. Lady of Lake. She kills people now. She killed her sister. She was the first person she killed. Whoop-de-doo. Her sister wanted to take her clothing from her because she was trying to save her family. Who cares? Who cares about trying to save the family? I'm going to murder her.
I don't think Lady Lake knew that, though.
No, she didn't. And she didn't bother to care to think why her sister would have opened the trunk.
Honestly,
even though her sister was there for her the entire episode. She had her back her entire life. She was even there when the preacher was like, you got to say it right. She was like, nah, not my sister.
Her sister killed her, though.
Yeah, because she was suffering. She didn't need to live anymore. She was alive with some like tuberculosis plague crap for like 5 years, just dying, and her daughter just watching her die and spit up blood and throw up vomit everywhere. And
yeah,
that's terrible. It's all terrible. Like, yeah, like why would you want your sister, and why would you, or if you're the daughter, why would you want your mother to sit there and suffer that much for 5 years of suffering, secluded? She's not allowed to be around the family. She can only see everyone from a distance. She can't. Nothing.
Can't touch her daughter.
Exactly. And instead, she just is this wicked bitch. She's like the Wicked Witch. She's like super evil.
Witch. She's evil.
Which sucks because she was so great when she was a not sick woman. She was like strong and vivacious and like make my way in the world.
Well,
and
that's why dying was so hard for her.
Yes, but then she became terrible. Like all that goodness that was in her somehow vanished. That's another plot in this one episode that I don't understand. where would that have gone in her brain? Like, her heart and her mind would be like, these people care about me. These people are next to me throughout all of this pain and all this suffering that I'm going through. Let me just be a jerk to them constantly and slap these people. Her sister was the only person taking care of her, bathing her and feeding her and cleaning up after her. And she's going to be a bitch? Nah.
I've seen it happen. People get weird when they start dying.
She wasn't dying, obviously.
Well,
she lived for 5 years.
Chronically ill people can be dying for a long time.
Yeah, we're all dying. Once we hit age 25, we start dying.
Don't see me. I'm trying to talk.
I'm just saying, it's not logical in this story. None of it makes sense. None of it matters. Like,
people, when they're dying, especially when they've been ill for a long time, first of all, their brain gets a little messed up. They get very full of rage.
Cool. I get it. Kill yourself. Don't take it out on the people that are loving you and taking care of you.
Well, they do.
Don't. That's terrible. Those people need to kill themselves. They're dying anyways, and now they're treating the people that love them with all their heart terribly? You can't tell me that's okay.
It's not. I've seen it.
Then why should they not kill themselves? Give me a good reason. Give me a good reason.
They're just not, they don't want to accept their death.
Exactly. They need to accept it and end their lives.
Yeah.
You're sitting here.
It's like it's like a simple thing. I've seen people go through this for
give
real.
up on it.
They can't. They don't want to. They're not ready. Physically.
Then someone should kill them, like her sister killed her. That's how it has to be. That's it. There's no other way around it.
We're a lot more complex than that.
We're not. We're just scared of death. Yes, that's the only thing about. There's no complexity about it. Humans are born to die. We are not going to live forever, and we're scared of death, and we shouldn't be because we know that. We know we're going to die. We should be living our lives and not.
Some people
growing and learning,
living their lives is what I'm trying to say. And
so being bedridden is gonna live your life.
Angrier.
Well, you're not gonna do anything.
People just get stuck and they don't know what to do. They're in this weird middle ground.
You know how many amazing handicapped people there are in the world, though? They didn't just get angry at the world.
Handicap is different as dying.
It is now because those people didn't give up, and they were like, we can make things to help me see the world and keep living. Okay. You
can't compare handicap to dying people.
Are you kidding me? In the 1600s when this was set, being a handicapped person, you're dead. That's it. You were dead. And if you weren't dead from just natural causes, everyone around you killed you because you were a freak.
I'm talking about the 1600s anymore.
I'm talking about all of humanity always. I don't care about the past. I don't care about the present. Humanity's garbage. That's what I'm saying. Humanity is trash, and we're scared to death, and we shouldn't be. And everyone makes excuses for everyone else because we're scared to death, and it's not okay. You don't treat people terribly. I don't care how sad you are about your life. You don't lash out on other people. You still try to be a good person. That's my 2 cents. If you think it's okay to be a bitch, I'm leaving you. I don't care how long you're going to be dying for. If you're going to be dying for the next 50 years, I'm going to take care of you the next 50 years. Don't be slapping me. Don't be spitting on me. If I'm sitting here trying to take care of you.
I don't think it's okay. I just know I've taken care of quite a few people who have had chronic respiratory illness.
And you have that much sympathy for them?
Well, they have they don't get enough oxygen to their brain. They go into acute respiratory failure multiple times, so they get hypoxic.
Yeah.
So their brain loses oxygen, and that changes obviously their mental capacity. So sometimes they say things that I don't think are part of their true personality because of what they've been going through. Their brain just isn't the same after being so chronically ill. So
I don't have It's not
I
an
don't have like
excuse.
compassion. I have understanding where I'm like, you could be saying these things. I'm not going to take it to heart. Like,
It's kind of hard not to take something to heart when you love someone and you're taking care of them and they're spitting and slapping you.
she didn't spit, did she?
She was throwing up and spitting and coughing up blood and slapping her sister. And her sister was there cleaning it up. Her sister was there just taking the slaps. Her sister was there washing her, feeding her, giving her liquids, tucking her in. None of that's okay. And I don't care how much you understand what the science is behind it. That's not okay. There's no sympathy. There's no remorse. There's just, you're a shit person now. Take care of yourself. Oh, you can't? Well, you're going to die.
I can't think like that, obviously. You know that. So I have no argument against you.
It's not an argument. It's just like you would really.
People that are mean to me all the time. So.
Yeah, but your job. These aren't people. This isn't like someone that you love deeply.
Even if it was, I wouldn't just leave them and let them die.
You would just be like, this is okay. This is an okay way to live my life.
I would tell them that it wasn't okay, but I wouldn't abandon them.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't strangle them either. I just wouldn't do that.
I don't know.
Maybe in the 1600s it would have been different.
I don't know. 5 years of abuse is 5 years of abuse. No matter how much you understand, you're getting abused for 5 years straight. That fucks a person's brain up.
Yeah, well, I think they were both fucked up. I think the whole
her sister was great. Her sister took care of her.
Her sister started fucking her husband after, so.
Yeah, like a couple years after she died.
Yeah, it was not okay.
What?
She knew. She knew that wasn't okay. That's why they got married in private.
It wasn't because they didn't think it was okay.
No, it wasn't. I don't think you're right.
That doesn't even make sense. She was the one that wanted the cousin in the first place. Her sister stole the cousin from her. So how's that not okay? Her sister can steal her man, but she can't get him when she's dead after she took care of her sister?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. How does that make sense?
I have to go to bed.
That's like so wrong in so many ways. I don't know. It was garbage, you guys. Skip this episode. Watch the rest of the show. Peace out. Love you guys. You want to say bye, squad?
No, I'm angry.
She's angry at you, squad. You made her mad. Have a good night.